Softball needed some late game heroics, but they swept the weekend of 4 games. They've now won 6 in a row. And baseball also found some heroics, albeit from an unfamiliar name, on Friday night as they took 2 of 3 against Erskine. The lacrosse teams are pummeling their way towards the middle of April as they continue their march towards the regular season finale. We'll tell you all about that and more this week on the Crusader Corner on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Hi, friends. Welcome to this week's episode of the Crusader Corner on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Voice of the Crusaders, Geoffrey Childs, recapping all the action, and it's a great time to be a Belmont Abbey fan. Lots of victories on the weekend, and we'll tell you all about them now. Men's tennis swept NGU 7-0, and they're now unbeaten in conference play 7-0. The women took care of Francis Marion to win 5-2. The men also beat Mount Olive on Saturday 4-3. Nelson Stafford earned 2 wins on the day. Tony Muley's softball team swept Lees McCrae and King in a pair of edge-of-your-seat games, only one of which was a blowout. In 4 wins, Cameron Cooper hit 2 home runs, including on senior day. Hallie Mealy won game 2 in a walk-off, and Abby Craver and Alana Brown each earned complete game wins. Brown got the save of the season for the Crusaders, save number 1, as the most important part of any softball team, pitching, rounds into form as we hit the stretch run with the Crusaders in 3rd place. Chris Anderson's baseball team also winning when it matters in April, and they belted Erskine for 2 wins on the weekend. Baseball also celebrated senior day, but it was junior Patrick Taylor who stole the show, hitting the first 2 home runs of his career on Friday night to help the Crusaders break away in the 9th inning to win it 15-6. It was starter Jason White's 7th win of the season. Men's and women's track also competed at the Lenore Rhine Hickory Open. Men's lacrosse, Austin Hazen, he is just tearing it up. 5 goals for the 3rd straight game as men's lacrosse dispatched of Chowan on the road 19-7. The Crusaders are now 6-5 and 4-0. All the more impressive, commendable after an 0-4 start to the season. Chris Barrett's really got it turned around. Women's lacrosse, Molly Lehman-Lewis, she's our guest next, on a mission, and they continued that on Saturday, steamrolling SWU 23-1. Jen Smith found her scoring touch on Saturday, accounting for 5 goals, and the women are 6-1 in conference play. Acrobatics and tumbling in the conference tournament, the Abbey drew the daunting task of facing number 1 seed Limestone, and they fought hard, but fell 258.635 to 233.905 in what was a season of leaps forward for Coach Emily Powers' program. The highlight of the day was the event finals, where senior Desi Ordanova took home an individual title in aerial tumbling, scoring a 9.62, her 2nd straight year with a trophy in that event. As I just mentioned, when we come back, women's lacrosse head coach Molly Lehman-Lewis is our guest this week on the Crusader Corner. You're going to want to stay tuned for that. Molly is next on the Crusader Corner on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
They actually help with building the inner man of each student.
My coaches have been great. I've really transformed.
You get a sense of community. To be an athlete and to be involved in that has been a really fun experience.
And we're back here in the Crusader Corner on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Voice of the Crusaders, Geoffrey Childs, and our featured guest of the week here in the Crusader Corner, it's women's lacrosse coach Molly Lehman-Lewis. Molly, welcome back for another appearance on the corner.
Hey, it's good to be back.
You guys are really on a flourish right now in the stretch run of the regular season, playing really, really well lacrosse, and scoring-wise, Riley DeAndrea is just – she's carried the load. I know you don't want to focus on one player, but she is having a phenomenal season, 47 goals for you thus far.
Yeah, we have a great squad on attack. We have just everyone can score, which is phenomenal and what every coach wants. Riley's been doing a great job this season. We have just so many people that are able to contribute, and we love to share the wealth.
Jen Smith this past weekend on Saturday as you guys took out SWU, 5-goal effort. We saw that at times for Jen last year. She seems like a player where she No, she doesn't have to carry the load scoring-wise, but when she scores 5 goals, that's a big boost for you guys.
Jen is just someone you want to watch. She has the prettiest goals. They're powerful. They're placed. She's just a fun player to watch. And when she's not kind of running things on the offensive end, she can really put it in the back of the net.
You continue to recruit well for this program, and Olivia Carlino, just another great player in a long line of Crusaders. 37 goals for Olivia here now this season. She just can't, when she gets going, she scores in bunches. Really hard for the other team to stop. What has been the thing you've been most proud of about Olivia's game here in her freshman year?
Olivia really likes to play with her teammates. I think I wish she would go to goal a little bit more. She really likes to set other people up. That's her bread and butter. And so she's just fun to be around and fun to watch. She's really doing a great job and learning from everyone around her. But man, if she could, she would assist every single look.
Right now, 14 assists, and Olivia's got 51 points on the season. Let's go back into the goal. Michelle Guppy was the starter from day one for you last year, and she finished the year with a great set of games. Now you bring in a transfer, that's Becca Creekmore, from the Division III level, and she saw a lot of shots, a lot of games at the D3 level. They've been kind of splitting time, splitting halves at time. How do you look at that dynamic? How do you keep them both happy, and then how do you manage that in practice for your two keepers?
Yeah, so I mean, what a blessing to have two phenomenal goalies. I mean, it's just having two weapons in the back of the net. And so that's really awesome. I think they really play into each other. They've learned a lot from each other, and they make each other better. So I couldn't be any happier with that.
Truly, truly, and a wealth and a richness of blessing for the women's lacrosse team here, and it's been a joy for me to broadcast these games all season, and a key game for the Crusaders. It's Tuesday night, it's North Greenville, and I'll be on the call out at Alumni Field at 7 p.m. on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Pregame show at 6:45 as we watch the Crusaders continue their march here in the regular season. Molly Lehman-Lewis, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, and go Crusaders.
All right, when we come back, we'll look at the upcoming schedule. It's a light week here on campus, but a couple of key home games, as we mentioned. We'll see you after the break on the Crusader Corner on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Oh, this? I was playing catch a little too hard with the dog. He's got quite an arm. I've been through this before. It'll be better in a couple of days. Probably.
Visit one of Ortho Carolina's specialists right away by logging on to orthocarolina.com. Leave the waiting to this guy.
Come on, honey.
Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to the Crusader Corner here. It's the Director of Broadcasting, Jeffrey Childs. Time of the show where we look at the upcoming schedule here for the Crusaders. And with the holiday approaching, very light week of games here at Belmont Abbey College. Men's golf, they're at the Conference Carolinas Championships on Monday and Tuesday. Tennis is also on the road. They're at Converse. Softball, road games on tap, 4 of them at Emmanuel on Tuesday and Chowan on Wednesday, trying to extend their 6-game winning streak. Both doubleheaders start at 1 p.m. For baseball, lone game on Tuesday night at nationally ranked Wingate at 6 p.m. Women's lacrosse, well, speaking of Molly Lehman-Lewis, they host North Greenville on Tuesday, jockeying up the standings with a big game versus the other Crusaders at 7 p.m. live on the BASN. I'll be out at Alumni for the broadcast there. Men's lacrosse is finishing off the week before break with a challenging road game at Emmanuel on Wednesday. Men's volleyball, all the nerves that come with postseason volleyball are on Wednesday night as the Brotherhood eyes advancing in the Conference Carolinas tournament. They'll face number 7 seed Lees McRae at 7 p.m. live on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Pregame for you, always at 6:45. That's all for us this week. Thanks to women's lacrosse coach Molly Lehman-Lewis for joining us this week. Thanks to you, as always, for subscribing on YouTube and watching. And thanks to everyone here at Belmont Abbey College. All of our student athletes and coaches really make it a joy to bring all these games to you. And from all of us here at Belmont Abbey College, we wish you a healthy, happy, joyful, and resting Holy Week and Easter here. as we prepare for the coming of Jesus here on Easter on Sunday. We hope you have a blessed Holy Week and Easter. That'll do it for the Crusader Corner for this week. Raise the red.